YouTube? Team Jackassery here with another Dragon Ball Super deck profile. This time we are looking at our updated version of Bardock's crew. And Bardock's crew has not had very much support until now, since the new Draft Box 6 Giant Force just came out. Before then, I did have this deck built around 2 years ago, and it didn't do too well. I found it a little too slow, even with some Senzu Beans and a little bit of the blue support from other cards, but we finally got our own support for Bardock's crew. So I finally put the deck back together. It is a 60 card deck because the deck runs on burst, and any deck that runs burst, you can add an extra 10 cards to it just to make it work. So here we have the Bardock leader once again. He is a auto burst 2 when this card attacks. He gets +5, and you get to draw a card for the duration of the turn. And his awaken is, if your life is 4 or less, you may choose 2 of your energy, switch to active mode, and you get to flip him over. And that's right, I have the foil leader still. He is Bardock, Hope of the Sands, auto sparking 5. When this card attacks, draw 1 card, and it gets +5, so it gets that ability. And when this card is attacked, if a Bardock's crew is in your drop area, you may choose 1 card from your life, place in the drop area. If you do, negate the attack. And you get to do that as many times, but you just don't want to use it so that you kill yourself. There is one instance where this has saved my ass. Against the 10 or 12 drop yellow Jiren, when he attacks, he gets quad strike, but he cannot be countered. He cannot be countered or blocked. This is the one ability that got around him by dropping 1 card from my energy into my life into my drop. Just negates his attack. It does not counter it, just negates it. So this card gets around Jiren's quad strike. So this card, it really saved me. It was a really good move on my part. So we'll get down to the deck. First we have all 3 of the Unisons, Raditz, King Vegeta, and Bardock. When we got the draft box, we got all of these, which was really sweet. So we'll look at Bardock Giant Force. He is a 2 specific X Unison card, 15,000 power. His +1 is activate. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Add up to 1 blue Bardock's crew card from among them to your hand. Then shuffle your deck. And -2 when your opponent when your opponent attacks, negate the attack. This is non-optional. When your opponent attacks, you have to remove 2 to activate this ability. I learned that the hard way. That really sucks. If it's said once per turn when your opponent declares an attack, you may negate the attack, but this forces you to stop an attack. Next, we'll move to King Vegeta Giant Force. So he is, again, a 2-cost X, because he's a Unison, 15,000 power. His +1, it's active main. Choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 4 or less, and return to the other's hand. -3, active main. Pay 1 blue X for any amount of energy you want to play. If your leader card is blue, choose to X draw X cards. Choose up to X of your opponent's battle cards, place them at the bottom of your deck in any order. So that is a pretty good unison ability for late game if you want to draw some cards or you want to bounce your opponent's field back. And next we have Raditz Giant Force. He is a 3X for the Unison. He is a blocker. Auto once per turn when this card activates blocker. Switch it to active mode, so he's a double blocker. Add 0, active main, draw 1 card, and switch this card to active mode. It's a pretty nice one. Too bad he doesn't have any pluses. -2, active main, choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards, return to the owner's hand, and at the end of your turn, switch 1 of your mono blue energy to active mode. So he can bounce something back to your opponent's hand. He's still got 19,000 power, which is odd. And then you get a draw and switch him to active mode. So once you attack, activate his +0, switch him to active mode, and draw a card. So the Unisons are pretty nice for this set. I only managed to get 1 of each. Now down to the main deck. Run 3 copy of Planetary Invasion Tora from the original Bardock's crew. He is a 1-cost, 5,000 combo, 5,000 power. When you play this card, choose 1 Bardock's crew in your drop area, add it to your hand, so anything that gets milled that you need, he can get it back for you. Next we run 4 copies of Tora, Bardock's crewmate. He is a 2-cost, 5,000 combo, 15,000 power. When this card is used for a combo during your opponent's turn, choose 1 of your blue Bardock's crew in your battle area and switch him to active mode. This card is really good if you're declaring blockers. That way you can restand your blockers and they can block for you again. And it's pretty good for helping your leader card too, because you get to combo, keep your leader a little bit more powerful with its combo, and you get to switch something to active mode. Next, we run 3 copies of Imparted Wishes Tora. He is a 2-cost, 10,000 combo, plus 1 to play his combo, 16,000 power. He's blue-yellow. Energy exhaust blocker, ages blue-yellow, once per turn. Add 1 blue Bardock's Crew from your energy to your hand. When this card is KO'd, negate this card's energy exhaust and place in your energy. So as soon as he's KO'd, he goes right to your energy in active mode. It doesn't say he goes in rest mode, so he's just putting your energy, but he has to be knocked out by your opponent's skill, which is not too bad. It's because you're still adding something to your energy. Next, we run 2 copies of Burnishing Bonds Tora. I'm sorry, my camera has a tough time picking up this card art because of the shatter foil. So it's a 3-cost, 5,000 combo, 15,000 power barrier. If a Bardock's Crew is in your drop area, reduce the energy cost in your hand by 1, so he'll be a 2-cost. Active main, pay 3 blue. Place this card in its owner's drop area. Choose 1 Final Strike Bardock from your deck or drop area and play it and shuffle your deck. And we will get to that card soon enough. So I only run 2 because I think 2 is enough. You don't want to focus too much on the 5-drop Bardock. Next, we run 3 copies of Tora Great Ape Assault. He is a 4-cost, 5,000 combo, 20,000 power blocker. Evolve on a 2 blue on a blue Tora. When using this card's evolve, you can evolve something from your energy and evolve onto this card. So if you have a Tora in your energy, you can evolve this from its energy area. And at the end of your turn, switch this card to active mode. If your leader card is blue sand card, when this card is KO'd by an opponent's skill, place this card in your energy. So when this ape is also knocked out by your opponent's skill, not battle, he will go into your energy, which is really good for this deck because the more energy, the better. Next, we run 3 copies of Planetary Invader Tora. Or, too much Toras in this deck, God. Fascia, she is a 1-cost, 5,000 combo, 5,000 power. When you play this card, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose 1 Bardock's Crew from among them, add to your hand. So she's your top 5 search, just like the one Unison. You get to choose a Bardock's Crew. Next, we run 3 copies of Fascia Great Ape Assault. She is a 3-cost, 5,000 combo, 20,000 power, unique critical, which means you can only have 1 in play. EX evolve 1 blue on a blue Fascia. When using this card's evolve, you can choose cards in your energy to evolve onto instead, and then switch this card to active mode. If your leader card is a blue sand card, when this card evolves from your energy, if you have less energy than your opponent, you may play the top card of your deck in your energy. So you're getting your energy back if you're evolving it from a Fascia in your energy. If you go second, you will have less energy than your opponent. Or if you want to skip one of your charge phases, you can do that, but I don't recommend it. I just recommend if you go second, you evolve, because then you'll have less than your opponent. Next, we run 3 copies of Shugesh, Bardock's Crewmate. He is a 2-cost, 5,000 combo, 15,000 power, and whenever this card attacks, draw a card. So, I misread this card when we got the draw. I thought when you play him, you get the draw, but it's every time he attacks. And if you use the Tora combo, you can keep him from being attacked again by switching from rest mode to active mode. Next, we run 3 copies of Shugesh Great Ape Assault. He is a 3-cost, 19,000 power blocker, 5,000 combo. 1 blue on a blue Shugesh to EX evolve. When using this card from your energy, you can evolve him from your energy and then switch him to active mode. When this card is KO'd, choose up to 1 blue Bardock's Crew with an entry cost of 5 less in your hand. Play it with its skills negated for the turn. So you can play mostly anything from this deck, 5 costs or less, because it's all mostly Bardock's Crew, except for the Unisons, because they are not Bardock's Crew. Next, we can run 3 copies of Borgo's Bardock's Crewmate. He is a 1-cost, 4,000 combo barrier. When you play this card, draw 1 card. And auto, once per turn, when your opponent switches one of their energy to active mode using a counter skill, place 1 card from your opponent's life into your opponent's drop. Well, 1 card from their life and 1 card from their energy into the drop. So I only run 3 just because I think that's enough to run. In case anybody uses Dimension Magic to untap something, they will sacrifice a life and a card in their energy into the drop. Next, we run 3 copies of Borgo's Great Ape Assault. He is a 3-cost, 5,000 combo, 15,000 power unique blocker. on a blue Borgos by paying 1 blue for EX Evolve. Again, you can evolve him from your energy, then switch it to active mode. And active battle. Once per turn, choose 1 blue Bardock Screw from your battle area other than the copies of this card. Switch to active mode to get that card's skill for the turn. So you get to switch something to active mode, but its effects are negated for the turn. So you get to save something from being attacked. And thank God he's got a barrier, so he can't be targeted to be destroyed. Now we get to the 5-drop Final Strike Bardock. He is a 5-cost, 10,000 combo, plus 1 to play his combo, 25,000 power barrier. There can only be 1 on the battlefield when this card is switched from rest mode to active mode. If your leader card is a Bardock's crew, your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and places it in the bottom of their deck. So once he switches from rest mode back to active mode, your opponent has to choose cards equal to how many times he has been switched to active mode. So you can use your Tora ability with this, or... So what you want to do is use this guy's ability to keep him from switching deck. Switch him to active mode so your opponent keeps dropping cards. And at the beginning of your turn, if he's in rest mode, at the beginning of your turn he can switch to active mode, then your opponent ditches another card. It's always good. So that's why I've only run it 3, 4 as I think is a bit too much. Then we run the Sparking Super Combo because we are bursting and a lot of cards will end up in the drop area, so you can combo and get plus 10 and your draw, so basic super combo. Next we got extra cards. We got 3 copies of Intersecting Fates. It's a 1-cost extra card, active main. If your leader card is blue, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, add 1 to your hand, the other goes to the bottom of your deck in any order. And at the end of your turn, switch 1 of your mono blue energy to active mode. So it's essentially a free card. At the end of your turn, you get to switch a card with the active mode from your energy, and you get to look at the top 2 cards, take a card, and the other goes to the bottom. If you ask me, I think that's a pretty good trade-off, and I really do like the art and the foiling. Next, we run 4 copies of Flame Bullet. It is a 1-cost counterattack. If your leader card is blue, negate the attack, then choose 1 of your blue battle cards and switch it to active mode. Again, this is another good card to use with the 5-drop Bardock. Switch to active mode, and during your opponent's turn, they have to send a card from their hand to the bottom of their deck. So pretty good hand control for blue. And then for another negate, I run 4 copies of Dimension Magic. If your leader card is blue, negate the attack, then choose 2 of your blue energy, switch to active mode, and then with Sparking, just take a card from your life. Play this card for free instead of wasting 1 of your energy away. Or you can use 1 of your energy that you've kept open. Just negate and keep yourself a little bit more with life because of your leader's ability. You want to use that as many times as you think you can until you win. Next, we run 2 copies of Downfall of Pride because we've only pulled 2. If it's a 2-cost extra card, active main. If your leader card is blue, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost of 5 or less. Place at the bottom of the owner's deck, and then choose 1 of your blue unison cards in your unison area or drop area and return it to your hand. So if you don't want your unison on the field anymore, you can return it to your hand, or if one's been put into the drop, you can return it to your hand. Next, we run 2 copies of Tora's Red Armband. We got plenty of Toras in the deck, so this card can be very useful. It is a 4-cost extra card. If your leader card is a Bardock's crew, choose 1 blue Tora in your drop area, send it to the warp, draw 4 cards, then choose 1 Final Strike Bardock in your battle area, switch it to active mode. Another card to activate his ability if he's in rest mode. Switch to active mode, it gets plus 10,000 power and double strike for the duration of the turn, and at the end of your turn, choose up to 1 of your energy and switch to active mode, so it's technically a 3-cost at the end of your turn. You're drawing so many cards, giving your Bardock plus 10 and double strike. So I think that's a pretty good trade-off if you're going for game. And again, screws your opponent's hand by making them place a card. And finally, we'll run 2 March of the Great Ape, because we run so many Great Apes in the deck. I think 2 is enough. It is a 4-cost, and we have enough blue-yellow that can go into our energy to play this card. Choose 2 Great Ape cards with an energy cost of 4 or less in your hand and play them, then draw 2 cards. So this is draw support, and spam your field with more Great Apes if you don't have any out, or if you want to spam out Great Apes. Anyways, that's it for this deck profile, so remember to comment, rate, please subscribe, like my Facebook page, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, and follow me on TikTok. Those links will be in the description below, so thank you guys for watching. So remember to follow all those links in the description below. And remember to subscribe to my channel for more content. There'll be more content like this and much more on my channel. So thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching.